What's up, guys? Welcome back to Corvette Obsessed. I'm your host, Chris. Just want to do a quick video for you guys. These are the Vette Lights smoked laser rear marker lenses for the C5 Corvette. Now, there's probably plenty of install videos, so we won't get into all that, but as you can tell, it's a nice finish. And let's compare it to, this was a stock lens that had the cheap, I could say it's cheap, I don't know if they are cheap now, but I call them cheap, stick-on tinted cover. I did not like it because it had the single bulb. But yeah, you could change that to an LED bulb and it'd be great for if you just want to be the cheap way. And you know, you put it up there, you can barely tell any difference in it, probably on camera, but there's a big difference in them. Also, if you'll notice, when you get the new lights, it was brought to my attention because somebody not in the industry that I work in, I work on cars and I've seen these before. When you get these lights, these posts, mounting posts here, as you can tell, they probably have, I don't know if you can see the grooves. When you get the new light, these posts will be slick, so you won't be able to tell exactly what you have going on. And what it has is a speed nut. That's what it's called, a speed nut. I can't remember if it's a 10 or an 11 that holds it to the quarter panel. And what that speed nut does is the way it's designed, it actually cuts these grooves into this post, and that's what holds it on. So when you're holding this on and you're putting the nuts on the back and you're tightening it down, when you feel it get snug, that's kind of where you want to stop. Maybe a little extra, little half a turn or so. You don't want to do it real hard because you will break these studs off and then you'll have a really bad day. But let's see if I can bring you in. We'll turn these on real quick. Get you set up here. See, that's how they look. See how it's got those little dot matrix, whatever you want to call it, in there compared to the old. I guess you can see the factory red dot matrix through this tint. That all right, that's off. You know, that's how it would look in the daytime. But if you turn your park lights on or your headlights on, that's what she would look like. Now, granted, that's in my shot with the lights on. You see how bright that is through the smoke tint that's on the housing itself. So you can imagine what that is at night. I can probably turn this. Let's turn the garage lights off real quick. That's with no lights on in the garage, and it's still daylight outside, but my windows are covered up in here. That's it, guys. That's the Vette Lights rear side marker light. Turn this back off and quit the beeping. Shut the door. Stick this back over here. So that's it, guys. That's the, like I said, that's the Vette Lights smoked rear marker light. If you have any questions, oh, one thing before I forget, I almost forgot. If you are installing these and you have a factory exhaust, you will not be able to reach up from the bottom to get to these nuts. You will have to take the tail light out on either side to get it out. So if you're replacing the tail lights and these at the same time, do these first, unless you have an aftermarket exhaust, because the factory exhaust is so bulky behind the back bumper, you will not be able to reach up. When I did mine, I have the boiler exhaust, so the muffler is small, so I was able to get my hand up from the bottom to get to both nuts to get them off and back on. But like I said, if you have factory exhaust or a big muffler, take the tail light out or whatever, because you're going to have to take the tail light out or put the new tail lights in after you change these. So anyway, before I go to rambling, I'm going to end it here. I'll catch you guys in the next one.